If you do not fix this, your body's going to feel 70 years old, long before you put 70 candles on a cake. So in this video, I'm going to show you why your muscles are your real age counter. And also, I'm going to give you 3 muscle workouts. You can start today. Look, one of them on the bike, one of them off the bike, and the other one in the kitchen. You thought I was going to say bedroom, didn't you? Anyway, look, they're also not backed by yoga instructors from TikTok or some influencer that's just done 3 weeks of training. No, they're backed by science, used by pro cyclists every winter, and personally, I've been doing them and coaching them for over 30 years, long before cycling coaches talked about torque training. More like torture training. Right, let me get my shoes, because you're probably asking, why use muscle as the biological age counter coach? Well, look, here's the truth. Yeah, big truth that nobody tells you when you're growing up. After the age of 40, if you don't stimulate your muscle properly, you lose about 1% every year. Think about that now, because when you get to 50, that speeds up to 1.5 to 2% every year. Think about that over a decade. Many people could be losing the strength of someone 20 years older than them. Holy shit, yeah, if you're 40, 60. Work it out. Look, you probably look at me and think, well, he's just a scarecrow that's hired a muscle. Look, but here's the thing that most cyclists don't realise. Cycling does not build muscle. Cycling uses muscle. If your training doesn't challenge your muscle with tension and force, it quickly and quietly disappears. You know that. Muscle controls your metabolic age. Easy, because less muscle, slower metabolism. Easier fat gain, harder fat loss. Your metabolism isn't slow because you're old, you fanny. It's slow because your muscle retired early. Yeah, you're trying to leave that awkward party. Yeah, that family party. You're trying to get home, get out the back door early. Well, just think about it. That's your muscle leaving you early. Muscle protects VO2 max. Simple. VO2 max isn't just about heart and lungs. It's your muscles' fibres' ability to use oxygen. Less fibres, lose your VO2 max. Strong fibres keep you feeling young on the bike. Your muscle keeps your hormones and immunity youthful. Muscle acts like an endocrine organ, releasing chemicals that protect your brain, your immune system, and fight inflammation. It's like youthful medicine built into your body. You just got to keep taking it every day. Muscle protects your joints. Simple, isn't it? Muscle is a shock absorber for your knees, your hips, your back. You lose it and you'll start hearing the soundtrack of aging with every movement, you old fart, okay? The #1 predictor of old age frailty is failing to stand up from a chair test. If you can't do it hands-free at 55, it won't magically improve when you're 75. Yes, and not make a noise when you're bending over to get your shoe. You know what I mean. This isn't just Coach Scott and his ideas. When winter hits, the pros don't just build speed. They build force, they build torque, they build durability. Teams like Visma, Ineos, UAE. Look, they're all doing low cadence strength drills. They're doing this before adding high-speed training. Riders like Pogacar, Van Aert, Geraint Thomas, he's a good example, having just retired, talking about it quite openly now. As I've said, I've been doing this myself since the late 1980s and coaching it for over 30 years. Why? Because it works. So first of all, in an hour's workout, I would say you're looking for a maximum of around 30 minutes of efforts. And you can build up to that over an 8-week period. So this is a really good set of drills to do leading into some big endurance or speed work. Now, what you want to do is to find a cadence of around about 50 to 70. In my bike fit studio, I always used to put riders at 60 RPM. 1 revolution per second, okay? Yes, nice easy maths. Now what you want to do is to find a comfortable level. I would start riders off at 1 minute on, 1 minute off, and I would build them up to a maximum of 5 minutes at any given time at the low cadence. 6 times 5 minutes, 30 minutes, inside an hour. Now if you're doing it outdoors, you're doing it on a climb, and you can do the same sort of things. It needs to be under control. What does that mean? It means you can't dance around the saddle like it's New Year's Eve, okay? You're Beyonce with that little glass of sherry. I've never had sherry, by the way. What I mean by this control is Have your pelvis rock solid. If you start to move around, you put pressure on the lumbar and you'll get a sore back. Oh, you get a sore back when you're climbing. You need to watch more of my videos. Anyway, sit upright if you're indoors, okay? If you can cycle no hands outdoors, you can try that, but put your fingers on the bar as if you're going to climb. In this position, you'll find the gear. Now it's going to be somewhere zone 3 to zone 4 to find. You want to feel the muscles starting to work, but you can feel your pelvis is nice and solid. You're not rocking. Put your hands in a climbing position. Keep your diaphragm nice and open and relax. And then just feel the stroke. Now you might surprise yourself and be able to go a little bit higher and even get close to FTP. That's where I would say you can aim to. And all you're doing is trying to build up 1 or 2 efforts a week, or even do it as a session before you do your long zone 2. Look, what you're doing here is you're building torque. You're strengthening the tendons, and you're doing what's called fiber recruitment. Yeah, you don't have to have big muscles to have high fiber recruitment, which means high muscle tone. Yeah, when you ask your muscle to work, you've got millions more fibers doing the job than a lot of people who might look like they've got a lot more muscle. It's a great workout. It's like Botox for your quads, but yet this works. You can't do it all on the bike. You've got to have that posture approach for life and your bike. So look, the simplest drills are easiest ones to repeat. Yeah, and they are push-up, that's going to help us with our tricep. Yes, on the bike, getting into an aero position because you've bought the aero bike, you fanny. It's going to help you sitting at the desk all day, or even if you're just watching TV. How many of them can you do? Oh yeah, there is a challenge for you. I do that inside Bulletproof. How many can you do in one sitting? But even just 10 push-ups, then into some cycling, abdominal, okay? Or even just easy little crunches. Just work on something in your core, the middle of your core. And then flip that, a hold squat, skier squat, up, come down, and then hold for 5, 10 seconds. It's entirely up to you. And then up. You could do 10 of them. 10 push-ups, 10 seconds or 20 seconds of cycle kicks, 10 holding squats in that deep squat. Super simple. There you go, 3 exercises. Do them 3 times a week. Build that up into 3 rotations. The fancier you make them, the less likely you are to do them, because you only need around about 10 minutes. Start today. How many push-ups can you do? Yeah? If you're new to it, my God, coach, I can only do 3. You can post how many you did, okay? It's well worth it, because what you're doing is building that resilience to your posture, and you're switching on fiber recruitment throughout your body. And you're telling your muscle, hey, I might have retired from my job, but I ain't retiring from biking. I ain't retiring from cycling. I ain't retiring from adventures. I need that fiber recruitment. And that muscle tone is going to help your BMR. You're burning fuel while at rest, more so than everybody else your age. And you're looking leaner, and you're looking more youthful, and you're the one outlasting people at those parties you're trying to escape from before, because you've got more energy. Nutrition to a lot of people is weight loss or weight gain, mainly the weight loss. So we get it a little bit wrong. Look, think of this, your pension fund, you've been investing money into it. Well, your workouts are only stimulation of the body. Nutrition is how you fund the body, how you build the strength, how you repair and rebuild. So without it, your workouts are only going to take you so far. Yeah, you're just going to burn out. Now let me go through my things. Okay, so I struggle a little bit. Yes, ulcerative colitis. Do not send any sympathy. Do not send me any tips. I've got a cocktail of medication and natural products that are helping me. I'm in the best shape of my ulcerative colitis health I have been for 10 years at the moment. I will use protein shakes, really good quality. I'm not going to tell you what one. I don't endorse any products. You can go and research. There's loads of good ones out there. 3 times a day, 30 to 40 grams. Yes, 3 times a day, I will have the shake, okay? If I'm not getting enough through my solid meals. Solid, you hear that? Solid protein. Now I add to it creatine. I'm a great believer in this. I've been on and off it for about 20 to 30 years since it first came out. And there are a lot more studies with it now. And I'm talking about just 3 to 5 grams. I add it in, okay? once a day to my protein shake. A great thing that people get wrong is electrolytes. There are lots of different ones on the market. These are just a couple that I use, okay? I've got powders, I've got tablets. But people would do them after their workout when you've sweated a lot. Is that you? Do them before your workout. Have your electrolyte balance correct before the workout. A car in a race, a Formula 1 race, or let's just put a little bit more fuel in it after the race. No, you fanny. Get it ready beforehand. So that might be a retraining of some strategies you've got. And hydration, water. Keep your body hydrated regularly and often in a pattern that works for you throughout the day, because your muscles are going to thank you. You climb on that bike with muscles or a body that's not as well hydrated as it could be, you're going to suffer like a dog. I like dogs, I don't like that phrase. Where does it come from? Now at 55, it's a little bit different. And a lot of people, okay, are under fueling. So guess what? Rather than building muscle, they're burning muscle. That's the headline I was going to give you. Burning muscle to produce energy because you're under fueling. So there's a guy, he's in the bathroom, right? And his wife bursts into the bathroom while he's saying that. The spider, and then it had crawled up his leg. Because you can't control your age. Of course you can't, but you can control your muscle. Protect it, and you'll stay young. Ignore it and you'll age twice as fast, especially over the age of 50. Come on, picture yourself at 70 years old, riding in the hills, feeling strong, living freely. That version of you is built now, not later. So start something today. There's enough there to get you going. A new member of Bulletproof did his first test and he's in the 1% club. Sends me a message, I feel like a fraud coach. I'm in the 1% club already. No, you're not, Peter. The journey, the real journey starts now, because it's not about getting there, it's about staying there for as long as possible. That's the next challenge. Hey, whether you're new to fitness or you're more experienced, how about testing yourself against others your age? Where do you think you would rank? Click the link on the screen or the link inside the chat that I've put. You might just surprise yourself. Keep smiling, keep spinning, and keep working on that muscle. It's not about the size, it's what you do with it, they say. Okay, take care.